I'm Lisa with Women in the Pit 777, and I'm here with Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater. How are you doing?
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
So, is this your first time at Aftershock? Probably not, huh?
No, actually, believe it or not, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Dream Theater does all the European festivals, but it's very rare we get invited to the American festivals. We're too old and not cool enough to usually play these things, but I guess that we're celebrating our 40th anniversary. They finally invited us, which is nice. Yeah.
Too old? You know what I noticed is the fad is all these bands now are getting back together. That I talked to a band yesterday that 20 years they haven't played, and the first stage they played was Welcome to Rockville, and then they did a little tour in New York. Dry Kill Logic, have you heard of them? Yeah.
Oh, in fact, I think they did a tour with us, a Gigantour, like 20 plus years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, really, I knew the East Coast guys. Really nice. I noticed that 2023 you're back with your brothers after a long hiatus as well. Another kind of similar trend here. Everybody coming back together and getting the writing together, and then after that was 2024. You had an album come out, right?
Yeah. Well, when I came back to the band, we immediately went into the studio and started making a record. So we were in the studio for a year making the new one before we even began touring. So the reunion for us was like a private reunion for a year before we did anything publicly. But then the tour started last October, and here we are, October this year. So we've been out for a year at this point.
Wow, that is a lot. Yeah. That's a loaded first year coming back.
Yeah, well, thank God, knock on wood, it's been great. Everywhere we've gone, we've circled the whole planet at once at this point. We're making our second way through at this point, but yeah, it's been great. The excitement from the fans to see the band back together, see this lineup back together.
Oh, I mean, everybody was so thrilled to death, and as my friend was saying before, it's a ghost. Look, the hardest working drummer in any genre, because we can't really put Mike Portnoy in any kind of metal, this, that, rock. You know, to me, it's all rock and roll. It comes from rock and roll, and that comes to another question I have that I always like to ask people is, what made you you? What made you feel like you had to get behind the drums? Was it parents, older brothers or sisters?
No, I was the oldest brother. So it was my dad. My dad was a rock and roll DJ. So when I was born, I was surrounded by the Beatles and the Who and Zeppelin and the Stones and all that stuff. So I was born into that with my dad being a DJ, and I just became a music fanatic from such an early age. You know, I went and saw George Harrison live when I was like 6 years old. I saw McCartney live when I was like 8. I saw Kiss live when I was 10. Was just completely obsessed with rock. You know,
from your folks, from your dad. Yeah, that's kind of my story too. My mom listened to rock and soul. You know, like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes and all that. And they, you know, them being their era, they had liked music from the 60s and 70s. And, you know, as a kid, we're probably the same age. I remember listening to all those same records, and that's what did it for me. And then I discovered heavy metal.
And it's like you said, it's all the same. It's all rock. Even Lemmy used to say Motorhead is just a rock and roll band.
That's right.
It's all just an evolution of rock, you know, that's been going for 60 years now.
Agreed.
But you know, all of the bands that are from our generation, you know, and some of them that are here, Exodus and Death Angel and Kerry King is here. All of our generation, we grew up on Zeppelin and Purple and the Stones and the Who and all that stuff, and then it evolved into Maiden and Priest and Sabbath, and it's all about the evolution. And now you look at some of the younger bands on the bill, you know, actually look at like you have Deftones and Turnstile and Dillinger and Knock Loose. It's a whole generation.
It is, and
a whole other kind of world of metal.
And then there's the Blink 182, and you know, Good Charlotte. Yeah. You know, these kids that are a little younger than us, maybe by 10, 15, 20 years. That was their middle school, and that was their, you know, their trip into music. So it's great, you know, there were all these different ages and eras, but we're all still alive at the same time, enjoying all these eras of music. Yeah. And it's funny how we all gravitate towards different. I love everything. My playlist has got all kinds of stuff on it.
Same.
I also was going to ask you, what's in your ear? What are you listening to on your free time, when you're driving, when you're, flying or trying to drown out someone on an airplane?
I've been listening to some weird shit, like this band from France called Igor, with 3 R's. Scott Ian plays on one track on the new album.
Oh, interesting.
And Trey from Mr. Bungle plays on one track.
Okay.
But it's really crazy, abstract avant-garde shit. I love their album.
Like a Frank Zappa type kind of
it's like
goofy.
It's like at times it's death metal, at other times it's like chamber music, like French chamber music.
Oh wow, what a combo!
It's really weird shit. So yeah, what else? I've been listening to a lot of different things, but yeah, it ranges from prog to metal to death metal to thrash. I love everything.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Well, we are super excited that you sat down with the Women in the Pit 777 today.
Yeah.
I was really excited to get that email.
Yeah, awesome.
And I'm really excited about seeing your performance tonight.
Yeah.
And happy to be here at Aftershock on day 2 with Mike Portnoy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yay.